Imagine a world where we never lost the greatest collection of human knowledge in history, where ancient secrets of science, medicine, and technology were never reduced to ash. Today, we're diving into one of history's most devastating losses, and exploring the mind-blowing alternate timeline where the Library of Alexandria survived. What you're about to discover will completely change how you view our modern world. But first, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon because we're about to uncover some incredible alternate history that most people have never considered. The Great Library of Alexandria wasn't just a library. It was the Google, Harvard, and NASA of the ancient world, all rolled into one. Built around 295 BCE in Egypt, it housed an estimated 400,000 to 700,000 scrolls containing the accumulated knowledge of the entire known world. But here's what most people don't know. The library didn't burn down in a single dramatic fire. It slowly declined over centuries due to budget cuts, political upheaval, and yes, several smaller fires. The final blow came around 641 CE, when Arab forces conquered Alexandria. But what if none of that happened? What if this treasure trove of ancient wisdom survived to the modern day? The implications are absolutely staggering, and I guarantee some of these will blow your mind. Let's start with the most mind-blowing possibility. We could have had our scientific revolution in 300 CE instead of 1600 CE. That's 1,300 years earlier. The library contained the complete works of Aristarchus, who correctly theorized that Earth orbits the Sun, 1,800 years before Copernicus. Imagine if his heliocentric model had been preserved and studied continuously. Eratosthenes didn't just calculate Earth's circumference with stunning accuracy, he had detailed maps and geographical knowledge that wouldn't be rediscovered until the age of exploration. With his complete works preserved, we might have had global navigation centuries earlier. But here's the really crazy part. Hero of Alexandria had already invented the steam engine. His Aeolipile was considered just a novelty toy. But if scholars had access to his complete mechanical writings for 2,000 years, imagine the technological progression. We're talking about steam-powered ships crossing the Mediterranean in 500 CE, not 1800 CE. The medical knowledge we lost is absolutely staggering. The library contained the complete surgical manuals of ancient physicians who were performing cataract surgeries, brain operations, and cesarean sections. Galen's complete anatomical studies, most of which are lost today, showed understanding of human physiology that wouldn't be matched again until the Renaissance. But imagine if medical schools had been studying these texts continuously for 2,000 years. We might have conquered the plague not in the 14th century, but in the 4th century. The library contained detailed studies on epidemic diseases and treatments. Some ancient physicians even theorized about microscopic causes of disease, concepts that weren't accepted in Europe until the 1800s. Here's something that will shock you. Ancient Egyptian physicians were performing successful eye surgeries and had anesthetics made from plants. If this knowledge had been preserved and built upon, modern medicine might be centuries more advanced than it is today. The mathematical implications are, honestly, mind-boggling. The library contained the complete works of Euclid, Archimedes, and Apollonius. But also, hundreds of other mathematicians whose names we don't even know today. Archimedes had calculated pi to incredible precision and was even working on early calculus concepts. If his complete mathematical corpus had survived, Isaac Newton might have been, preceded by an ancient Newton by over a millennium. But here's what's truly incredible. Some scholars believe ancient mathematicians were working on concepts we're still struggling with today. Advanced geometry, number theory, and even early ideas that might have led to algebra and trigonometry centuries earlier. The ripple effect is enormous. Earlier advanced mathematics means earlier physics breakthroughs, earlier engineering marvels, and just imagine, potentially space exploration starting in medieval times instead of the 20th century. The literary and linguistic treasures we lost are honestly just heartbreaking. The library contained the complete works of over 400 ancient playwrights, but today, we only have complete plays from 3 of them. Imagine for a moment having hundreds of additional Greek tragedies and comedies right at our fingertips, but, even more importantly, the library was a center for translation. Scholars there were translating texts from dozens of languages: Sanskrit, Persian, Hebrew, Phoenician, and honestly, so many languages that are now completely extinct. If the library had survived, we might never have lost the ability to read Linear A, that mysterious undeciphered Minoan script. We might still understand ancient Sumerian perfectly, instead of having to piece it all together from scattered fragments. This kind of linguistic continuity would have preserved not just words, but entire ways of thinking, philosophical concepts, scientific methodologies, and cultural knowledge that we can now only barely glimpse through archaeological fragments. So, what does our alternate world actually look like? Let's try to paint this incredible picture together. By 800 CE, steam-powered ships are connecting Europe, Africa, and Asia in regular trade routes. The printing press? It's invented 600 years early, all because the demand for copying the library's texts just drives innovation forward. By 1000 CE, advanced medicine has eliminated most epidemic diseases. Cities are larger and healthier because ancient engineering knowledge was never lost. We're talking about sophisticated sewage systems and urban planning. The Renaissance happens in 1200 CE instead of 1400. And it's even more spectacular because scholars have access to complete ancient texts instead of just fragments. And here's the big one. By 1500 CE, when Columbus was supposed to discover the Americas in our timeline, scholars in this alternate world have already mapped the entire globe using advanced Greek geographical knowledge. They might even have colonies on other continents. Space exploration? We might have reached the moon by 1800 instead of 1969. The mathematical and engineering knowledge preserved from antiquity, built upon for over a millennium, could have accelerated human progress by centuries. But here's where it gets really wild, the butterfly effect. Every single piece of preserved knowledge would have created ripple effects we honestly can't even imagine. Religious history would be completely different. Early Christianity developed partly because classical learning was in decline. In our alternate timeline, with Greek philosophy and science thriving continuously, religious development might have taken completely different paths. Political systems might have evolved differently too. The complete works of ancient political philosophers, preserved and studied for centuries, might have led to democratic systems emerging much earlier, or even entirely new forms of government that we can't even conceive of today. Even our understanding of human nature would be different. We lost countless ancient psychological and philosophical texts. Just imagine having 2,000 years of continuous study, building on complete ancient wisdom about the human mind. The loss of the Library of Alexandria wasn't just the loss of books. It was honestly the loss of an entire alternate future for humanity. We might be centuries more advanced in every field of human knowledge. But here's the inspiring part. This alternate timeline isn't completely lost to us. Modern projects like the Internet Archive and digital libraries are actually trying to create something similar for our time. We have the chance to build something even greater than Alexandria ever was. The real question is, what knowledge are we creating today that future generations might lose? And what are we doing to preserve it? What do you think? Could we really be centuries more advanced if Alexandria had survived? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if this alternate history blew your mind. And if you want to explore more mind-bending alternate timelines, check out this video about what would have happened if Rome never fell. Until next time, keep questioning history.